I don't think a lot of men truly take time to understand the toll it takes on women to bear their children. The physical toll, the psychological toll. I don't think a lot of men understand women are cycles or hormone changes that come along with it before they get into committed relationship, into marriages. They don't understand from teenage age to 20, 30, 40 to premenopausal, menopausal, all those stages. They don't take time to learn about women. They literally think we can roll like the bros. They don't understand or willing to understand the emotionality of women when it comes to childbearing and postpartum depression being a real thing. Part 2 on my video on I don't think men truly understand the psychological impact. They don't take their time to understand the emotionality of women that comes from hormones. Men don't understand what it means for a woman to carry a baby for 9 months, majority of men.
Research confirms that men can't understand the mental and physical strength a pregnancy requires from women. A pregnancy transforms the female body into a high-performance machine that requires up to 300% of the energy and nutrients of an average man. Therefore, unless your husband is in the top 0.1% of high-performing men, there is no way to understand what your body goes through emotionally and physically during a pregnancy. Did you feel misunderstood during your pregnancy? Let me know your thoughts below.
A lot of men don't understand what postpartum depression is after you have a baby. Men don't understand the extent of ongoing support that you need from them or consistent, safe, hired help that you need and support that you need as a woman to raise the children and to make the family. They choose to not. A lot of men, as soon as you have babies with them, they will switch up and they will still act as though they're single and roaming the street. And here you are with a baby or babies suffering postpartum, suffering overwhelm, and just being overstretched, and you still have to work and go back to work. Some of us 6 weeks, 8 weeks, you're back to work and everything supposed to be okay, normal. And you're supposed to go back to being snatched for him. And you're supposed to zip it and be quiet because you are a woman. On this International Women's Day, month, advocacy for women and for the girl child is a real thing. Gina Chumesi here, your favorite psych nurse practitioner, coming at you with another video on how this man rejected his heavily pregnant woman, not understanding the pain that she was carrying. Give me a like, share, comment on this video so we can carry some of this work forward. So I did a little Google search. I myself suffered preeclampsia for my first baby, and I really didn't even know what preeclampsia was until I had my baby. I was going to kidney failure, liver failure. Like, I was in an ambulance wing from a bunch of towns over. Thank God I was at work. If not, myself and my baby would have been gone. And then to say after I have that baby was in the NICU, was born premature. I mean, thinking now back, I'm like, wow, girl, you went through a lot to have that baby. Myself and her almost lost our life. The doctor was like, hey, ma'am, I'm going to take the baby out. Now I'm like, I'm 31 weeks. She's like, you're going to die. You die, your baby will die if you don't take this baby out. Your liver function is through the roof. Your kidney is failing. Your blood pressure. I mean, I was on magnesium drip. I was out of it. I had to relearn how to walk again. I lost my muscle tone. I was in bed for only 2 days. And the impact of that on my body, I didn't even realize the impact on my psyche. Because none of my friends in my circle, everybody went to the birthing, room. They had the babies. Most of them pushed the baby out. A couple had baby C-sections at that time. That was like almost 15 years ago. and they came home, they had support. My story was different, but my story is unique to me. All of us has a unique traumatizing experiences while birthing our babies, and preeclampsia is one. I wanted to highlight the impact and the lack thereof, and then you lay down with the man. Like in my case, I was married, and they talk about baby moms. No, disrespect, but when you come in and then this man will still run around like it's nothing and leave you in the desert with leave you and your children like it's nothing. My second child, I had to go through, almost going through IVF and I do IUI. We planned it. We wanted a second one, we wanted a third one, and then they still switch up and leave you hanging. It's like, oh, you're disrespectful. You're looking for support. We made this family together. Asking too much, we're just asking the wrong man. That's what I felt, because he can be loud, and a man will love your loudness, you love your colorfulness, will love you for who you are. So ladies, don't reduce yourself to nothing because some man that you had babies with is trying to trash you down, to say you're too much, you're this and that. You went through a lot to be you. You went through a lot to have those babies for him. And if he doesn't like it, he doesn't respect you, doesn't honor you, doesn't respect you, or rather demanding respect, walk. Don't, because you already been through so much to have those children for him. It doesn't like it. Preserve yourself, preserve those baby, and safeguard your life. I'm just telling you right now. A lot of these men they think down here, they don't think up here. And I'm just saying, I said what I said, and it's just the truth. Hemorrhaging is very big. Sepsis, shock. When I was used to work in ICU, we get women from the birthing unit coming in with infected cesarean section incisions. Because if you don't have help to rest, I remember 2 days. Even when I was being discharged, my baby was being discharged, I remember the nurse telling my ex, like, she's gonna drive, like, because he didn't even think of it, and the nurse caught it. It's like, you're gonna let her drive? She shouldn't be driving. She's heavily on the medication. This person was just totally switching up, not even taking a minute to understand. Being out there taking pictures with ladies who are single, meanwhile your whole child is born. I'm just saying, but these are the impact. We suffer hemorrhage, sepsis, shock, even potential of getting unalive, preeclampsia, infections, uterine rupture, oh God, cardiovascular conditions. That some women have diabetes and will have the diabetes staying with them even post having the baby. High blood pressure is another one. Mental health conditions, depression, anxiety, insomnia. You're waking up every 2 hours. Hey, when I started waking up with my baby, I look at my mom who has 6 of us, and I was like, hats off to my mom. I don't know how she did it with 6. Waking up literally sometimes every hour, the baby is crying, and you still to be joyful and nurture and breastfeed and pump and did it and still take care of the woman and still have to go to work.
So let me ask you this, because a lot of men may not even understand how impactful it is to be there even throughout the pregnancy.
Yeah.
So that's why now I try to, because we're a blended family, y'all. So she's had her experiences with her babies. I had my experiences with my babies. But I know before I wasn't there like I try to be there for you now.
Yeah.
And I'm probably not the best even now, but I feel like I've gotten a lot better. But as far as just being there, I know you guys, women, deal with the physical. Like you said, there was days where you was crying and just going through it just physically. Yeah. That broke you down.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to men to help them to understand how important it is to be there and what you need as a woman going through your pregnancy?
Yeah. So let me first say this. You've done an amazing job.
Thank you.
You've done an amazing job, even down to like the doctor's visits. You always ask me, do you want me to go with you? You want me to be there with you? And at this point, all my appointments are the same. They go in, they check you, they ask you, are you okay? Is anything going on? And they send you home. There's nothing really going on that I feel like you have to be there with.
Yeah.
But the fact that you ask is like such a big deal. But really, all the things that you have been doing have been super supportive. And like you said, like, we're the ones carrying, we're the ones going through the pain and the pressure. And so I would maybe say to men who are supporting their, you know, pregnant partner, to let them talk it out.
Yeah.
If they say every day they don't feel good, don't act like it's a problem, or you know, never go on the route like, oh my God, that's all you ever talk about, or, you know, whatever.
Because if they don't know, some men will assume, oh, they're just exaggerating.
Yeah.
Or I know it ain't that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they really don't know.
Bro, it's that bad.
As men, we often take for granted the ultimate sacrifice women make during the 9-month pregnancy process. Her body will go through unbelievable changes. She will be at risk of several different serious health issues. Her eating habits will increase. Her moods will swing. Her sleeping patterns will adjust. Her self-esteem will take a hit. And most importantly, her life will be at risk. But we unfairly expect her body to snap back into place like it was nothing. She will be left with battle marks and scars. She will try and hide them. She will struggle every day with the feeling of if she is attractive enough. But the reality is, she has sacrificed her body and vanity to bring a life into this world. We should cherish her, compliment her daily, and let her know that she is even more beautiful now than before.
26-year-old teacher Jess Cronshaw took her own life after suffering from severe morning sickness. This is so sad. I've never heard anything like this. Jess was 28 weeks pregnant with her first child. She was in a relationship with the baby's father, and they were both looking super forward to the baby's arrival. Soon after learning of her pregnancy, though, Jess started getting super sick and was eventually diagnosed with something called hyperemesis gravidarum. For those who don't know what that is, it's like morning sickness times 100. I mean, people get very ill from this and oftentimes have to be hospitalized. So Jess goes to the doctor where she gets her diagnosis, and the OB gives her some anti-nausea medication to take. Later, though, Jess is talking to her midwife, and the midwife said, don't take it. It could harm the baby. So Jess stopped taking the medication. Before she died, she said she felt like nobody was listening to her. She said, quote, honestly, it's like the hardest thing I've ever gone through in my life. The constant nausea, there's no relief from it. I just spend my days in bed. It's just horrible. On November 14th, 2022, Jess was found at her home in the UK from an apparent suicide attempt. She was rushed to the hospital where doctors delivered the little baby, who was only 28 weeks gestation, but she died 4 days later.
That is the cry of a mother who gave birth to twins and lost her kidney. Presently, she's suffering from kidney failure. So I am making this video to create awareness because she said something caused it. This lady is suffering from kidney failure presently after she gave birth to her twin babies. According to the story, while she was pregnant, she had high blood pressure. She went to the hospital. She was diagnosed of preeclampsia. She did not know what that meant, and she had no idea that what she was diagnosed of could actually cause her kidney failure. All the doctor told her was her blood pressure was high, that she needed to terminate the pregnancy, in which she asked the doctor if there was something she could do about it. And the doctor said yes, that if she could regulate the blood pressure, then she can continue with the pregnancy. And she did. They gave her medication. She started taking them. And with time, she went back to the hospital. The doctor told her that her blood pressure has normalized and she's finally okay, so she can proceed with the pregnancy. Not properly informing this lady that this preeclampsia could actually cause her to develop kidney failure. She continued the pregnancy. Time for delivery came. She delivered the baby, and then her body started to swell up. On reaching the hospital again, that was when they told her that she actually now has eclampsia. It is no longer preeclampsia, it is now eclampsia, and it has finally made her kidney fail. So she's in the hospital presently fighting for her life. If you are a woman, you enter the labor room, you come out, you raise your child grows up without any issues, and you are okay. Give God the glory, because you don't know what God has done for you. You see this woman in this video right now? After listening to her story, it actually triggered me. Like, I shed tears. So I'm here to share her story with you for awareness sake. As you can see in the video, the first video shows that she has her 2 hands and her 2 legs complete, right? On the second clip, She no get hand again. She no get leg. But the both of them like all gone. She's now an amputee. Now what happened to her? This woman had kids before. She had 2 children before. She now got pregnant for her 3rd child. It happened that the 3rd child was now twins. So back in 2023, she gave birth to those twins. Her name is Dish, by the way. After giving birth to the twins, the next day she was discharged and she went home because she did not have any complications. She was okay and she gave birth like naturally. You know how they say like Hebrew women. So everybody was happy. She went home. After getting home, I think a few hours later, she started feeling severe pains around her stomach or something. So she called her midwife to tell the midwife that, oh, she's having this pain. And the midwife was like, it's a normal thing. Like, there's this pain you're supposed to have. Like, a woman is supposed to feel those kind of pains after delivery, which she was aware of because she had 2 kids before the twin. But she said in her mind of minds, she knew that that pain was not normal because it was more severe. It was worse than what she felt when she gave birth to her other children. So she knew that there was just something wrong. So she told her husband and her family, and then they took her to the hospital. On reaching the hospital, she explained her problem. Instead of these doctors to attend to her, of course, they said the same thing that the midwife said, that, oh, it's probably because she just gave birth. And this person is in pain. She was even vomiting. It was not just the pain, oh, she started throwing up. They still insisted that it was that thing, the delivery that she had. Okay, few hours passed, they still did not attend to her. What they now did next was that they took her into a room, I think a ward, and left her there, probably waiting for her to calm down on her own. Meanwhile, this thing did not calm down. Instead, the matter became worse. At the time, the doctors now finally decided that, oh, let's pay attention to this woman. It happened that this woman had sepsis. For the first time in my life, I have never heard what, I don't know what sepsis is. I heard sepsis today. That there's something called sepsis, and it is an infection. So at the time they found out that she actually had that sepsis, it has already spread around her entire body. It's just that I cannot post the pictures here or the videos. See, if you see it, you will cry. What this sepsis, and do you know what it did to this woman? Her hands from here downwards became very black. You know how you put goats on the fire and roast the goats, how that place used to be black? That is how her legs and arms were. Some were even peeled, like when you finish roasting yam and you peel it, you know it's be giving this whitish blackish stuff. That's how it was. In just few hours, you don't even enter 24 hours. The next thing the doctor did was they immediately put her in coma, like by themselves. Nobody say she entered coma and then put her for coma because they didn't want her to see that her condition. And then they decided to speak to the family first and like, okay, this is the situation, that with what is happening now, the bones, the joints is already numb, like it is dead. There's nothing they can do. They cannot resurrect it.
And I told him, if you cannot be nicer to me, like I cannot emotionally handle you in this delivery room. And he had texted me and was like, this is your 30-day notice to move out. And I'm like, wow.
And you were pregnant?
I was still pregnant. I was due in like 3 weeks.
And where are you supposed to go?
Well, absolutely. And I said, how dare you? Like, you are a monster. And so my next appointment with my OB, we made a plan, a safety plan for me. You know, it was written in my chart that he was not to come in. And that was probably one of the hardest decisions that I've ever made in my life. I want women to know that you have to do what's best for you. And to this day, I do not regret that at all.
That was the right decision.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm crying because I had 2 horrible births because, you know, the dad was in the room and
it's horrible. Like,
no, because when you're birthing, you need that safe space. You made the right decision.
Yeah, it's so hard. Yeah, strong women are forged in fire.
Yes. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.